So, what do you guys think? Well, in terms of visuals, I guess it was okay, but story-wise, not really. I think it sucked.
I thought the film was alright. It's just, I feel like they were focusing way too much on nostalgia rather than creating a story that is original and unique.
Yeah, there were way too many references to the previous movies, and there were many times where they copied dialogues and rip off moments from the previous films too. I mean, come on. Be more original. Can we maybe not talk about that right now? Because I still haven't seen the other films. Well, apart from Prometheus and Covenant. Okay then, sure. Okay, so the movie focuses on a bunch of teenagers who lost their parents, at least most of them did, and they had this secret mission to break into a space station to steal pods so they could go back to their homes. Yeah, only for them to end up in a situation where there's a possibility that they all could die by aliens. I feel like there is lack of creativity in that one. I mean, didn't the first two Alien movies take place on a space station? Similar to that one, I mean? Well, like I said, I still haven't seen the other films, so probably. Yeah. How about instead of a space station that is floating around in outer space, how about a space station on the moon or something? That would have been interesting, depending if it works. Now, when it comes to the characters, I barely care about any of them. I mean, most of them are either bland or stupid or just didn't really have that much purpose in the film. Yeah, first we got the main character, Rain, who honestly, I thought she was a bland character. Same goes for Tyler, who I think he's Rain's boyfriend. And then we have Isabella Merced as this character. What was her name? Kay? Well, at least her name starts with a K. She was only in this movie as like a plot point for the end of the movie. Yeah, because she was pregnant, and that unborn baby gets infected by alien DNA, and then becomes an alien hybrid. Ugh, that again? I'm pretty sure we saw something like this in Prometheus. Why do we need this again? Didn't something like this also happen in Alien Resurrections too? Hey. Oh, right. No, nothing like that happened in Alien Resurrections. I don't know why I said that. What was I thinking? Before we get to the rest of the characters, can we talk about how bad and ridiculous the alien hybrid looks from the end of the movie? Like, oh my god. This alien creature, whatever the hell this thing is supposed to be, looks absolutely ridiculous and absolutely atrocious. And not in a good way, because it wasn't even scary. Yeah, I feel like they could have done a lot better with this creature. This just looks like a naked Slender Man with a face. An ugly face. Anyways, back to the characters. I think the best character out of all the main characters was Andy. You know, the android, who apparently Rain considers him her brother, even though he's not actually her real brother. Not really sure why, though. Maybe her real brother died, and then she met Andy, and then Andy became her brother for some reason. I do wish they would explain that a bit further. But yes, Andy was honestly the best character in the film, and the least boring one. And then we have the last two characters, who were honestly very forgettable. There's this guy who was an idiot and a real jerk towards Andy. And then there's this girl who was the first one to die by chest bursting. But for some reason, the way they did it here went by way too quickly compared to how it normally goes in the previous films. Yeah, normally it takes like hours for this infection to become a chest burster. But here it just takes a couple of minutes, apparently.
I wonder why. Really, I do.
But now we get on to the worst part of the entire movie. The worst thing that they did in the entire movie. And that is none other than the absolute disrespect of Ian Holm. Yeah, I can easily tell this is not Ian Holm just by looking at his face. Because they use CGI on his face to make him look like Ian Holm, and it looks awful. It looks so bad. And not only that, but I think they also used AI for his voice as well. Not only was that disrespectful, but it was useless. Because they didn't need to do this. He didn't need to be there. Yeah, I mean, I get that this movie takes place between the events of the first two films, but honestly, it didn't really need to be. Like, this could have been a sequel to Alien Covenant, and that could have been Michael Fassbender instead of Ian Holm, who isn't actually Ian Holm. Yeah, and look, I get it. Ian Holm passed away, and they probably didn't want to recast him, but this is not going to be the same. And as much as I hate to say this, Ian Holm is gone. And there's nothing we can do about that. No CGI or AI is going to change that. I am sorry to say this.
Here's a message to AI users, mainly the ones from Hollywood. Don't you dare replace voices of the ones we lost with AI, especially legendary ones. Don't you dare.
Anyways, I think that'll be it for the review. I'm gonna rate this movie a 4 out of 10. And now, let's find out what movie we're gonna review next. The next movie we'll be reviewing is... Kraven the Hunter. Great. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like. But if you like this channel, please subscribe. See you next time.